Leave it with us. Catch us on the Locker Room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, with the sport.
And it's Hakim Ziyech who puts the Atlas.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television.
Welcome on board. Of course, it is People's Voice on VOP TV, where season stories shape the narrative. And today we'll be dissecting a major story that is dominating the headline and sparking conversation across the nation. Tinubu'S turbulent ride, a nation at crossroads. So today we'll be looking at every necessary, situation, of course, that is actually happening in this country. But we wouldn't want to, go back, because going back would look like we're talking about another retrospect here. But no, but we want to talk about every, recent events that has happened politically, through the office of the presidency and, of course, the ruling party. And I believe you actually want to be part of this particular conversation. Join the conversation with experts inside the citizen perspective. Share your thoughts with us. I am Savior Udo. Let's look into all the stories with details. Labour issues ultimatum to federal government over 3-month unpaid wage award. The Joint National Public Service Negotiating Council has given the federal government until Friday, February 27, 2026, to pay 3 months outstanding wage award and other pending allowances. Failure to comply may lead to industrial action by its union in civil service. The wage award, approved after fuel subsidy removal, has been pending since July 2024, with Labour accusing the government of deliberately withholding funds. And I'm just surprised about this particular one. The same Labour coming out to say that the federal government are deliberately holding any funds, or they are actually saying they want to, take industrial action against the same federal government. This is the same federal government you had a closed-door meeting with. And I was thinking that you had everything sorted out. Now I know the reason why one of my guest analysts, actually talked about, the Labour leadership. He talked about at length, and he said left for him, he would have, wanted a change. Because you can't be in a closed-door meeting with the presidency and you're coming back after how many days to say you want to do this particular one. So what were you doing at the meeting, or what was discussed at that particular meeting? We have to understand this so you can give, every of your member, clarity as regards to what you're fighting for. But away from that particular one, I believe my guest analyst would have so much to say about that particular one. Let's move on to what the president said. Tinubu denies killing opposition, says defectors abandon sinking ship. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has dismissed allegation that he is behind opposition defections to the ruling APC, saying critics are entitled to their views. Speaking at an interfaith iftar with senators, Tinubu quipped, "I didn't have a gun. I could have given myself a license when I had the authority." He urged unity amid security challenges, calling for constitutional amendments to establish state police. Away from that particular one, Fubara appoints new SSG Chief of Staff. River State Governor Similari Fubara has appointed Dagogo Wakoma as Secretary to the State Government and Sonny Ewule as Chief of Staff, effective immediately. The new appointees will be sworn in at 2 p.m. at the Government House, Port Harcourt. The appointment are believed to be linked to the recent reconciliation between Fubara and his former ally, Nyesom Wike, who happens to be his predecessor. following President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's intervention in the state's political crisis. Fubara recently dissolved his cabinet and relieved special advisors of their duties. We talked about this particular session yesterday that we've not heard, about Fubara in a while, and today we're actually seeing that particular conversation. It's quite worrisome, but what can we do? This is politics, and Nigerian politics are quite different from every other clime. Away from that particular, let's talk about PDP's convention now. PDP convention role, Wike Makinde camps clash ahead of March gathering. The People's Democratic Party is bracing for a potential explosive national convention scheduled for March 29 and 30, with a rival faction led by Nyesom Wike and Seyi Makinde locked in a bitter dispute. The Wike-aligned caretaker committee led by acting national chairman Mohammed Abdurrahman insists the convention will proceed as planned despite ongoing litigation. However, the Makinde-backed faction led by Tamini Turaki has objected, claiming the Wike group lacks the capacity to hold convention. We've been hearing this particular conversation for a while now, and we just hope to hear and to see more about what will happen between these two gladiators. But presently, Wike is the latest bride in Nigeria, and I believe we all understand what that means. So let's see. This time around, Wike is not even taking it outside Abuja. He's actually keeping it in Abuja, where he controls, and we know what that particular one means. Will Makinde want to go to Abuja to cause anything? It's just a question, and of course, that's a food for thought. To join the conversation, kindly call the number 09044732605. Follow us on social media at BOBTV Live. You can use the hashtag People's Voice on BOBTV, and of course, on YouTube, we're Voice of the People. Kindly hit the subscribe button, and together we can make our voices heard. It is time for us to go on a quick break. As soon as we return, we'll be taking the conversation here. Tinubu'S Turbulent ride. Of course, a nation at Crossroads. We're talking about the state of the nation today, and I know you want to be part of this conversation. You don't go nowhere, please stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. It is still People's Voice on Voice of People Television. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is navigating a complex web of challenges, from security concerns to economic reforms. The president has urged the National Assembly to amend the constitution to establish state police, citing the need to tackle insecurity and free citizens from fear. Tinubu's vision for state police has sparked debate, with some arguing it could decentralize security and improve responsiveness, while others raise concern about potential abuse of power in politics. River State Governor Samlara Fubara has appointed, of course, our new Secretary of State Government and, of course, our Chief of Staff after the reconciliation by the President, and the move followed Tinubu's intervention. And, of course, talking about Tinubu's administration here, Tinubu's administration has actually presented a 58.18 trillion in 2026 as budget, prioritizing security, infrastructure, education, and healthcare. The budget aims to consolidate economic reforms and improve living standard, but faces scrutiny over funding and implementation. The president has also taken steps to address revenue leakages, signing an executive order to curb deduction by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, and ensure transparency in oil revenue management. And of course, the president has also saw a victory as regards to the FCT, just concluded the council elections, and the president is still very, very much hopeful that 2027 would be a landslide victory for the ruling party. And the president has actually affirmed that the economy is getting better, just like what he said, that they are out of the woods and everything is better in the nation. When I've been joined by Dr. Dayo Kayode, a socio-political technocrat and aviation safety expert. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon, Savio. How are you today?
Doctor, I believe we are both fine.
Well, let's assume so. Let's assume so, because, like you said, the situation in the country now calls for a lot of concern. It calls for a lot of concern, and like I always tell people, this government, as is, can be likened to this adage: when you see a snake coming, you don't wait for it to know whether it is poisonous or not. And these are the things we have been able to tell people in the past, especially running to 2023 elections. Here is somebody that we have known, and we talked about it, that if this person is being made the president of Nigeria, then, hey, it's going to be tedious.
But Doctor, I would like you to, Doctor, I would have loved you to respond to all of the news stories. Doctor, I would have wanted you to respond to the news stories before coming to the main conversation.
That is where I'm coming to.
Okay.
That is where I'm coming to.
Okay.
See the way people are struggling to survive. But the president now telling us that the economy has improved, that people are now enjoying themselves. When people are enjoying themselves, then why are we having series of problems that we are having today in Nigeria? Insecurity is there. Lack of finance for education is there. Health facility is also there. Tell me, which of these can anybody point to that it's okay? And it's so unfortunate. The labor union, and the CSO, that is civil society organizations, that are supposed to be the voice of the people, that are supposed to go out to ensure that the government performs their function in the areas of enabling economic environment and safety of the people. But look at what they are now doing with the government. They just had a parley with government. Now they are coming out to say something else. Now, what's the essence of that parley?
Dr. Sincerely, I was surprised when I was sincerely surprised that why did you have to go for that particular parley when you know that you're going to come and say all of this? Why? What was the meeting all about?
I mean, and that's the issue. That's the issue. Why? That one aside. And
they keep representing the people. They keep telling us that they're representing the people.
No, the issue is, Shebi, Water Corporation is not giving us water again. And everybody has started sinking borehole here and there. NEPA too have started their own. You now see so many people going for solar.
Solar, yes.
Now, if there is nobody to represent us with the government, I think it is high time that people start representing themselves. But the concomitant effect of people representing themselves could be chaotic. It could be chaotic. The end, nobody will be able to define. Away from that labor and government, let's go back to Wike and my brother in
your best friend, sir.
No.
I'm saying Wike. I'm saying Wike, your best friend.
Indeed. Why are you so sarcastic this afternoon?
Not only we can fire she also, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Look at the two of them. I've been saying it. It is nothing other than a written script that the two of them are playing out. Now, the two of them had said earlier that they are going to ensure the second term of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and in which case they both worked assiduously for his emergence this first term. So what is it that is now causing problem with them? I mean, within them.
But doctor,
Forget about what we are seeing.
Doctor, you would agree with me that Sheyi Makinde said he actually honed up. Of course, he said he did supported the president in the first bid, but he said he was not going to do that again. So do you think he would still be doing this?
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Savior. The king,
yeah,
protects. I mean, the king's protection comes from his eyes. Comes from his eyes. If you have gone through a particular route before, you will know which area is slippery or not, so as to be cautious. We have known the two of them before now. We have seen them. Even making promises. Let's wait now. We have seen them making promises. Even before the convention of PDP during the 2023 election. After the convention, what happened? Did they not jettison what they have promised? So tell me, who is saying they will still not jettison what they are saying now? What Sheyi Makinde say? Who is saying we still not jettison it? Just 2 days ago, Kwakwazo had a meeting with him in Ibadan. Are you aware of Kwakwazo's political lineage? Are you aware how he has been hobnobbing with APC? And
Doctor, Kwankwaso is not the only one doing that, Doctor. Don't forget that even the former vice president also did it in his time. He also moved here and there.
Yeah. I'm saying, forget about Sheyi Makinde.
But with the way Sheyi Makinde has actually, will I say
protection comes
Doctor,
from his eyes.
Doctor, with the way Sheyi Makinde have actually, talked about his, will I say, his political journey so far, and he has made it clear that he's not supporting the president anymore. And of course, if you look at the PDP wave now, Sheyi Makinde is only trying to position himself to actually represent PDP as the president. I've started seeing their campaign cabs. And just because I wouldn't want to add the names to it, one of my guests that came on the show, Doctor, one of the guests that came on my show actually had his cap. Sheyi Makinde for 2027, well, what have you? And I had to tell him that, sorry, you can't use it on her. So what I'm just saying
let me also
I understand that you people still feel that Sheyi is still working with Wike or they're working for the president. But if Sheyi has actually come out to say, oh, as at the time, my integrity was actually questioned, but now I'm actually giving you my word. Are you going to say that Sheyi Makinde does not have integrity? Is that what you are saying? Or you should not be taken as a man of his words?
I can't wait now. Savior, let me bust a bubble on this.
Go ahead.
When we're discussing the outcome of Abuja election,
yeah,
there was this other guest that was with us here, not the director of INECO, the other guy, who was saying, look at it now. APC was.
Oh, fair. I think that's Olaleko Oni, right? Oni.
Yes.
Okay.
That at least PDP won a seat. I said PDP won a seat. I said that PDP that won a seat, it was an abracadabra, and of which very, very soon that guy is going to decamp back to APC.
In 24 hours, he did.
I think Kofale enjoy a fashion.
Yeah. And
not finished saying it.
And Doctor, just to buttress your point, that was the same thing that happened during the local government election in Lagos. The only place, I think around Yaba, right? The chairman, of course, of Yaba was APC, but the only councillor that won the seats, different from every other party, was PDP. And I think after a few days, the guy decamped back to APC.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're right.
Again, I am telling you today, mark it down.
Okay.
Mark it down. I'm a member, a devoted, passionate member of ADC. But there are some people there are some people that are coming to that APC or planning to come to that APC that, honestly speaking, I, Dr. Dao Kaudi, will never believe in them.
Okay, oh, sorry.
Will never believe in
so
them.
what you're saying, doctor, is that for anyone or for all of the people that have been decamping or moving to the ADC, you don't trust all of them 100%. You know few that you can trust and some you don't.
Yeah, and not some. There are some that are very few of them. Very few of them. I don't like to mention names now. Very few of them.
Okay.
They are working for Tinubu.
Okay.
And if I were David Mark, I will be careful the kind of role I allow them to take.
But some people are still questioning the leadership of David Mark. They said, Doctor, some people are still questioning the leadership of David Mark. They said they're not quite okay with his leadership as regards to what happened in Abuja. The just concluded council election. So what can you say about that?
Yeah, you see, when you look at David Mark, especially his antecedents, you will know that he is a capable leader at this present moment to lead the opposition. And at the same time, David Mark is human. He's human. He's not a superhuman being. When you look at what happened in Abuja, the election that happened in Abuja, that election was not a real election. So there is no way you can use that election to judge David Mark.
Doctor, don't say that was not a real election.
There is no way you can use that election.
Doctor, you wouldn't be saying that was not a real election. Every election is actually an election in Nigeria. And don't say it was not a real election. I'm not saying it's not an election, but when you
the shenanigans that happened,
Doctor, you were on air. Doctor, you were on air with the INEC deputy publicist, person. You should have said that to Wilfred Ifoga if you feel it was not a real election.
But I said it now. I said many things, but you said no. That you don't want me to put him on the
no, Doctor. You asked him questions, which he answered all your questions. Yeah. But you never mentioned. You never mentioned that.
Also enough time.
Doctor,
there was
of course.
Also enough time.
But doctor, you never mentioned it was not a real election, so you shouldn't say it was not a real election today. No? You understand? Every election counts in Nigeria.
Go back to that tape. Go back to that tape and then listen to what I told him. Go back to that tape. I saw him even writing them down, and he couldn't respond to so many of them.
He responded to every of your questions, doctor. He did. Doctor, notwithstanding, doctor, that's not the conversation today. Doctor, that's not the conversation we're having today. Election being real or not is about us actually getting a winner, or of course a winner emerging from that particular polls. Now let's quickly, delve into the president's response. Tinubu said he doesn't, of course, that he doesn't, or he has never killed any of his opposition, and he said if he wanted to, he had the power to, giving himself, a license to own a gun, but of course, he has never killed any of his opposition. And this particular statement, came up after the just tragic incident in Edo State, to be precise, where we had some tug, political tug, as we might call it, raid the ADC secretariat. So I would just like you to respond to this in just 1 minute so that we can actually, move to the main conversation.
Yes. When you're talking about killing, if Tinubu is saying he has never killed an opposition, there are different types of killings. I wouldn't know which one is referring to there. If you take a gun or cutlass yourself to shoot somebody or to mutilate somebody, is killing. When you send somebody to go and kill someone, it's also you that has killed. If you come up with obnoxious economic policies that has destabilized the economic value of people, family, and all that, and which has led a lot of people to die, is also killing. Now, whether he has killed or not, I wouldn't know. But one thing I will want to tell Mr. Mebola Tinubu today is this. In the words of Uthman Fodio, conscience is an open mind. It is only the truth that can heal it. There is nobody that is doing bad things that deep down inside that person's conscience, he wouldn't know to himself that what he is doing is bad. And Yoruba will say, tó bá parọ́ fún gbogbo èèyàn, ó lè parọ́ fara ẹ̀ now.
All right,
if you are lying to everybody, like we are fasting now, and then one pastor or imam will come and be telling us, or the pulpits, or Moshalashi, yes, I am fasting. But there is somebody that had eaten buns, bread, and akara with a wagani. But then he knows deep down inside of himself that he is sitting. And that's why Madam Fodio said, conscience is an open one. Only the truth can heal it. So let me borrow that on to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and be thinking about it. Whether truly what is said can be taken the way it is, oh fine. Or whether he himself is taking it like that. Or deep down inside his mind, there is a kind of thing that is troubling him. I wouldn't know, he knows.
Notwithstanding,
So,
okay, so Doctor, the president actually responded based on, what the opposition party was saying, that this was the handwork of the APC. And of course, even the governor of Edo State, Monday Pueblo, also said that, this is not about, a party or policies or what have you, that he also condemns, and frowned at.
What was Monday's statement? What was Monday's statement?
Is it before?
Peter Obi?
Is it before?
The last time Peter Obi went to that place. What was his statement?
So I saw the video where he said that after Peter Obi donated 15 million naira, that they were, perhaps he said they were chaos, stampede or what have you, and 3 people died in the state. That was what he said. So he said, if Peter Obi is to come into Edo State next, let Peter Obi inform him. That was all he said.
Or else what?
Doctor, you are asking me or else what? I'm not a spokesperson.
Or else what did he say? What did he say that time? Or else what?
No, doctor, you should be telling me. You should tell me what he said.
He said or else. Or else he will show you Pepe now.
Doctor, was that a statement?
Go back to the statement. Go back and look at it.
Okay. So, doctor.
Social media doesn't lie.
So, doctor, are you saying officially that it was the APC in Edo State, or it was the governor of Edo State that actually, instigated or sent this particular political talks? Is that what you're saying?
I cannot say it officially, but we can make inferences based on antecedents.
Doctor, the same you on this show, you've actually told me sometime last year. Doctor,
I was not in Edo State.
Doctor, you have also told me, Doctor, you have also told me here on this show sometime last year that you can actually tell me something today. Doesn't mean you mean it. And tomorrow things can change. So why are you holding such statements? And I don't think he actually said it as regards to him trying to bring someone down.
Listen to this. Another Yoruba palace.
Okay.
Ajekelano. Ọmọkúlẹ̀mí tani ọmọ ẹ bàjẹ́ tó ké láàrin ló pọ̀ ọmọ jẹ ẹni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ò kì í ṣẹ̀jẹ̀ now.
Doctor, but this is
yesterday and the baby died today. Who will not want to infer that the witchcraft that cried yesterday was the one that killed that baby because you are not seeing blood in her mouth? No, that's what we call inferences. You can make inferences based on experiences. What have we not seen in this country?
All right, Doctor, let's come back to the main conversation. I think that's fine. Let's bring the tension down a little so that you don't make it look as if I am actually compelling you to say what you are not ready to say on national TV.
I know you for that. Now, it's me you can do it to. You cannot do it to your Highness director friend.
Doctor, I only asked him all of the major questions. And guess what? At some point, he was still even scared on national TV. He said that I am actually, pressuring him, or as if I said no, that I'm not even that serious that day. When I use the word, I'm not,
But you can pressure me.
Doctor, I'm not even pressuring you.
You can give me pressure.
Doctor, no, I'm not even pressuring. No, I'm not pressuring. All I do is I ask the necessary questions that the people need to know.
Go ahead.
Doctor, I only ask questions that people need to know. Well, once you can answer my question, and I'm fine with you. But if you're not, if you're unable to answer my question, that's when I have issues, because you have to be clear. I have to be accountable, and you also have to be accountable. So if I feel you are in that position to give us reasons, is to give us answers, then I have to ask you questions. That was what I did to the other person.
That's why I decided to learn a lot of wisdom and proverbs to be answering your questions.
Okay, doctor.
Yes, now.
Let's come back to the president situation now, and of course the administration. We're not really talking about the person of the president here, because he's also, is also a citizen of this nation. Let's understand that fact. But we're talking about his administration now, ever since he came into power. We're talking about his political party, which is the ruling party. We're talking about his reforms, which I think we're free to discuss all of these particular situations. Now, if we are to take it up from the president's reforms and, of course, administration, you would agree with me that we've actually faced, a very alarming insecurity situation in the country, and with some actually saying that it was actually a welcome development having the United States of America, join in combating this security situation. But the president recently, talked about this when he hosted the governors, of course, at the breaking of his fast, where he told the governors of the state police. Well, so many people are actually having, two different, reactions towards this state police. And I don't know if this state police will truly enhance security or risk escalating regional tension. But I don't know what you think about, this state police situation. I'd like you to give me a balance, on that. And of course, I would like you to take it simultaneously. How will, how should rather the president balance these economic reforms, pressing with the pressing and social needs in the country? He has actually been saying that the economic reforms are yielding results. I don't forget, of course, 3 days ago, he also said that Nigerians are out of the woods, and he said that the dark tunnel, of uncertainty are over. But here we are, we're still complaining about a different, situation, and of course, the reforms in the country. I'd like to get your take on these situations, please.
Thank you. Let us start with that state police issue before we go to economy.
Please go ahead.
Yoruba will say again, Tọmọdé bá ṣubú awo wájú, tágbàlagbà bá ṣubú awo ẹ̀yìn wò. That is to say, it is experience that teaches caution. Experience teaches caution. When you also pass through a road, if you had passed through a road before, and you now want to pass through that same road, you will surely know which aspects or which area of that road is slippery. How do I mean? Experience has shown in this country that when it comes to the issue of police, vis-a-vis electioneering, the governors, they have always been using such against the opposition. That is, the ruling party have always been using such against the opposition. Look at when Edo State wanted to conduct governorship election a few years back. What happened? Because Oshiomhole belongs to the ruling party, he asked for a change of the CP of Edo, and of which somebody now very close to Wike, a police officer that was close to Wike, was allegedly brought to Edo. And what happened at the end of the day? Obaseki was locked out, where he was supposed to enter to go and see what they are doing at the collation center. And what happened at the collation center? So to that extent, as good as state police will have been, like the Metropolitan Police we have in a better climb, Metropolitan Police in US, and then the other one in UK, and up and down like that. In Nigeria, it's going to be a different ball game. And I won't stop at that. I will give you solution to that. You know, I like providing solution, because this issue I've been generating for years. And I was on a platform sometimes ago, and I told them, if you want to do community policing, the people themselves are the police of themselves. It once happened to me in Vienna, Austria, whereby at my friend's guest house, they just see him in the evening. He will drop me when we are feeling whatever I want to do. In the morning, he come back and pick me. One of these days, they just saw me strolling on the street, and a policeman with a big bike accosted me. Interestingly, I'm a legit person. But the bottom line is this: those old people within the neighborhood that always peep had identified me, and they have called the police that they are seeing a strange movement. And what happened at the end of the day? They came around to ensure that I cannot do any harm to anybody. Unlike here, what are you supposed to do? When you bring a commissioner of police that doesn't understand the socio-cultural activities of a place, how do you expect that commissioner of police to police that state very well? That's one. Two, area commander too, from a zone that has not even been in Yoruba zone before. Somebody who grew up in Sokoto and have been doing his police work and all that in Sokoto, all of a sudden, because he's now an Oga area commander, you brought him to Lagos. How do you expect him to be able to work? The DPOs. I was once friendly with a DPO around me. Don't let me mention his name, so that they will not continue to hunt the guy. The guy was so close to the people. Yoruba guy. Highly intelligent. So close to the people. To the extent that he curbed crime in my area. He curbed crime. But some people that did not allow them to be doing all sort of, said he has stepped on their toes. The guy did not spend, not up to 3 months, he was transferred. And where was transferred to just go there and be marking register. So these are issues.
Okay.
These are issues.
Okay.
We need to have independent police that ruling party cannot use against the opposition.
Okay, so
the ruling party cannot use against you and I. Look at the instance of what is happening now between Umahi and one lady that was taken to Inspector General Police Office. That she would have to go there yesterday or so.
Yeah.
Look at what is happening between. Is that supposed to be? Look at the issue of the son of former Inspector General of Police.
Doctor, we were told that the money was mistakenly sent to his account.
Why was it not mistakenly sent to your account?
I asked the question yesterday on air.
Why is it from security vote of a state?
And don't forget, Doctor, that I also talked about that particular thing. I think you joined the show sometime around August or September after the election in Anambra. I said, what has happened to the people that were arrested with lots of cash, by EFCC, INEC police? What are they saying? We've not seen any prosecution. And after many months, we are hearing now that the former IG's son, welcomed 100 million into his account.
And then,
but Doctor,
tell me, how did it happen? Let us know. These are issues, and that's to tell you that. Listen, there is a very huge truth gap. A very huge truth gap between the people and the government.
All right, Doctor. Doctor, we're pressed for time, and I want you to take all of this, together. You've not really talked about, the reforms. You've not really talked about the reform, which I would also want you to respond to, as regards to all of the presidents.
I'm coming there now.
Yes, all of the presidents. All of the president's statements. I would want you to, respond to all of that, statements.
Now, you are telling us that. Look at the budget that you have just given us. And then you are now talking about lack of fund to execute that budget. Excuse me. Who and who have been talking about the huge billions of money missing in NNPC, allegedly missing in NNPC? Assuming that money is in the system, would we have money to execute our budget? And when we have money to execute our budget, what do you think will happen? When infrastructural development is going on everywhere, that means there'll be construction, there'll be derived wherever, there'll be composite this and all that. But when the money that's supposed to have used to pursue the policy you said you are giving people, tell me, what happens when the whole money is in somebody's pocket? Now, which reform are you giving? You came in, you have not even gotten to the office, swearing in field. You said you are removing subsidy, and prices of commodities and services skyrocketed. Now you promise some things. CNG vehicles, where are they? Student loan, where are they? All your promises, where are they? All those cushion effect promises, where are they? Then again, one better edu came. And now bought tickets in millions to fly from Abuja to Kogi State that has no airport. What has happened to that money? Has the money been recovered?
Okay, Doctor. Because
we're hungry.
Doctor, because we're pressed. Doctor, because
about $9 million to America. $9 million to America.
Doctor,
because your image.
Doctor, because we're pressed for time. I would have also wanted to add, to what you're saying, that are you aware that the DMO, Debt Management Office, just uploaded something 3 days ago that the state debt has risen to 4.002 trillion as we speak. And what is even surprising me, in this particular time is that
what are we using the money for?
This is the time where the federal government is actually giving more money to the state government, than any other administration. And not only that, the state government are still borrowing outside, taking from Afrexim Bank, from World Bank, and all of that. So what have they been doing with the money?
For? We are not seeing anything on
that
the money is being used for.
It's a question that we would get our answers sometime. But this is how far we can actually go on the show. Doctor, I'm sincerely sorry that we're pressed for time. The time is not always enough. 1 hour is not always enough. Thank you so much, Dr.
Let us increase this time, please. Let us increase
Doctor,
this time.
as soon as you send money to the management, they will inform you. I'll increase the time. But for now, I have to. Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo, for being part. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so coming up next is our locker room. I would like you to stay put to enjoy the world of sports from my colleagues. Of course, they'll be taking you on all of the rides that has to do with sports. Don't give up because it is not over. Tough time doesn't last, but tough do last forever. You feel soon be over, and you will definitely smile again. My name remains Savior Udo. Have a good evening. Rest.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello, peeps. My name is Yomi E. Adejumo.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stacey Benjamin, and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap charge. Don't be killed, but watch it. Or I'll find you. And I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I won't want you actually. I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that dial because VOP is the plot.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
we encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Shaka, who was born in 1787, died September 22nd, 1828. Zulu chief, founder of Southern Africa's Zulu Empire. He is credited with creating a fighting force that devastated the entire region. His life is the subject of numerous colorful and exaggerated stories, many of which are debated by historians. Shaka was the son of Senzangakona, chieftain of the Zulu, and Nandi, an orphaned princess of the neighboring